Welcome back, my friends, to the NFL Predictive Playbook. This is week 3 action. We're starting to get into the season now, and it is a lot of fun to say the least. And we're going to get right at it here. And we are going to go directly with the Jets are taking on the Denver Broncos. And in this game, we have a lot of notes here that is just kind of pathetic news for New York Jets fans. I don't mean to bring any bad news, but it's been now 14 straight games that they have not scored a touchdown from scrimmage. That's hard to believe. It's only happened 2 other times in NFL history. Zach Wilson of the 0-2 Jets now has an even tougher test now, I think, with the Broncos hybrid coverages, all designed by head coach Fangio that combine zone and man concepts. And they basically set up formations, and then right at the snap, they go into the formation they want. Or they'll show a young quarterback like Wilson the exact formation that they're playing and have him basically with a 50-50 probability of being right. Problem is, when they switch, he won't have a clue to which scheme they're going to. Last week, Denver's defense dominated the number 1 overall pick in Trevor Lawrence. They get a second chance here with the second pick overall in the draft here. Wilson was intercepted 4 times in the loss to New England. As expected, the jump from the NCAA level to the pros is a difficult one. The speed of the game at the NFL is so much faster than what kids are used to at the NCAA level. Belichick improved to 22-6 against rookie quarterback, but let's not underestimate Denver's head coach, who is now, as a defensive coordinator or head coach, 18-9 against rookie quarterbacks. And Teddy Bridgewater, good feeling story here, just the 4th quarterback in NFL history to open a season with 2 touchdown passes, 75% completions, no interceptions in each of his first 2 games of the season. So big shout out for him. That's a renaissance of his career and certainly deserving. So I have a real quick total here. I like the under in this game because I really don't think the Jets are going to score, Chuck. I think the Jets are going to be fortunate to win a game this year. And it's a shame for Zach Wilson because he has no offensive line really to protect him. And going up against that Denver defense, I probably won't watch that game for fear of how ugly it will get. But as you can see, you bet under the first half in a conference matchup. One of the teams had fewer than 6 wins last season, and the other team had fewer than 8 wins last season. 2 losing teams, but one is on the rise. The other one isn't. 59-25-2 to the under for 71% winning bets last 10 seasons. And now we're going to switch over to the Packers and the 49ers. And in this matchup, Chuck's going to tell us where we should go with our money in a game that's pretty big for both teams. Green Bay on the road at San Francisco in a late afternoon game Sunday. And we will see what happens there.
Thank you, John. Yeah, so where I'm going with this game is, so we discussed off camera whether or not this was going to be a side or a total. And the best way I find to attack this game is to take the team total for the 49ers over 26.5. Unfortunately, that's going north and being juiced. The Packers, as was discussed after the Lions win, Aaron Rodgers told us to relax already after week 1, and whatever that mess was that he put on in New Orleans was clearly somewhat of a smokescreen or something. We don't know what to think of that guy, because then the Saints go and get shellacked by the Panthers, and Jameis Winston looks like Jameis Winston. But the Lions came out hot and looked good. They do have a common opponent, as the Lions have now faced both these teams. But I just don't think it's going to be all that difficult for the Niners to score. The Lions chose to go for it at the 25 on one. They fumbled immediately on the first play of another. They turned it over on downs inside the red zone yet again as the game was ending, when they only needed touchdowns. And so, despite scoring 3 of the first 4 times they had the ball against the Packers, the Saints didn't have any trouble either. And this is going to be a much better offense that they're facing here behind Kyle Shanahan. I also think that, Aaron Rodgers, if he is going to not be putting us on, he's going to want to try and improve what he's looked like, in a game that I think he finds important to play in San Francisco and not look terrible. And so, I don't understand why the Niners kind of struggled last week. Only put up 17 points in Philadelphia, but it's a tricky spot. They didn't even go home, and I think we're getting a little more value by the fact that they, after 41, put up 17, despite being 2-0. And I think they kind of cruised to this 27 points. And so I think there's a lot of value in that, maybe because of the comeback from last week. And I think it's possible that even by Sunday, this goes up to 27.5. So I get it now while it's at 26.5. Pretty solid value to get those 4 touchdowns at least.
Yeah, I love it. I love that play too. So there you have it for the NFL edition of our show. We have the 49ers team total over 26.5, currently around minus 115, but get it now. As Dr. Chuck says, it's probably going to keep creeping higher as Sunday approaches. And my bet is to bet against the Jets for the rest of the season. I'm sorry, bet just this week, week 3, bet against the Jets. Take that under in the first half as well. So for Dr. Chuck, myself, and sportsmemo.com, wagertalk.com, and Predictive Playbook shows, may all the wins be yours forever.